Hercules' ingenuity. Hercules fought his way through seemingly enormous obstacles. When Eurydice commanded that he clean the stables of King Eurygus, Hercules came up with a particular creative solution. The king hasn't cleaned his stables, home to thousands of cattle, and in one more than 30 years, the job was enormous and filthy. Hercules amassed two large holes in the stable wall, each on one side, and he dug a canal from a nearby river to the stable. The river flowed into the canal and to the stable, carrying years of accumulated filth in it. Hercules was not above the use of trickery to accomplish his goal either. He successfully outsmarted several of his challengers. For his 11th labor, Eurydice demanded that Hercules fetch one of Zeus' golden apple, located in a garden guarded by the nymphs called the Hebrides. No one was allowed to inside except the nymph's father, Atlas. Hercules immediately set out to find Atlas. He wondered if he could tell the story again, hoping that Atlas' sympathy would come up to a lie instead. Hercules found the god roaming under the imaginable burden. Atlas felt the height of the whole world on his shoulder. Hercules asked, "Great Atlas, how will you reward me if I temporarily relieve you of your burden?" Atlas replied, "No reward will be too great." He eagerly agreed to enter Zeus' garden and retrieve an apple. In return, Hercules bore the weight of the world in his place. Atlas was overjoyed to be free from his burden. In fact, he didn't want to take it up again. He told Hercules that he would take the apple to embody himself. Hercules would have to wait for him, holding the world up in his place. Sensing a trap, Hercules laid his own. He agreed to Atlas' request, but asked that Atlas hold the word again for just a moment, so Hercules would get into more comfortable positions. Once Atlas lifted the word onto his own shoulders again, Hercules fled with the apple, leaving Atlas miserable. Yet again, Hercules had used both his wits and strength to successfully complete the labor. Do you know? Hercules is a Latin name used by the ancient Roman. Ancient Greeks called the same hero Heracles. In both languages, his name means glory of Hera, possibly an attempt to please the often wrong Hera. In ancient Greek, the Roman art, Hercules is almost always shown with two symbols, an enormous lion skin worn as a helmet and cape, and his golden cup. Hercules, the immortal hero. For his final task, the hero descended into the underworld, the land of the dead. His mission was to capture Cerberus, the three-headed guard dog. He easily overpowered the monster. By completing his final task, Hercules had finally cleaned himself for his murderous crime. Hercules had earned forgiveness and would continue with his life. After accomplishing his labors, Hercules went on to accomplish numerous other heroic feats. He married a woman named Diana. The second marriage was so ill-fated. A centaur named Narcissus offered to carry Diana across the deep river. Mid-crossway, Narcissus attacked Diana. Hearing his wife scream, Hercules shot an arrow that he had dipped to poison the blood of Hydra. As Narcissus bled to death, he told Diana to take some of his blood. If she would throw his blood into a coke and gave it to Hercules, he said, it would ensure his sympathy to her. When Hercules and Diana grew apart, she remembered the blood. She wove a cloak and handed it to Hercules, who wrapped himself in it and instantly ceased in pain. With agony and unable to wash the poison from his skin, Hercules commanded a large pyre to be built. A great hero lay down in the flame, hoping to perish and end his torment. Zeus looked down upon the pyre from the Mount Olympus, deeply moved at last. Turning to Hera, he said, "Has he not suffered enough?" Hera consented. Hercules had proven that he was mighty and courageous beyond human expectations. Hera and the other gods raised Hercules up in the pillar of the fire of Mount Olympus, where he lived as an immortal forevermore. Glossary. Accumulated. Page 10. Build up or collect over time. Increase. Cautiously. Page 8. Carefully. With cautions. Feats. Page 14. Amazing actions or accomplishments. Hide. Page 6. A skin of the animal. Immorality. 9. Page 6. The state of living or being remembered forever. Labors. Page 4. Difficult physical work. Nymphs. Page 10. In story and myths, spirits in the shape of young women who live in the mountain, forests, meadows, and rivers. Penance. Page 9. Something a person does to show regret or alone to the bad behavior. Pillar. Page 15. A large post or column used for support, usually made of stone, wood, or metal. Prudence. Page 8. Good judgment and foresight. Pyre. Page 15. A pile of wood used to burn a body or bodies. Temporarily. Page 11. Lasting or occurring for a limited amount of time.